Welcome back, Hayden fans. Today what I'm doing is I'm going to put some goodies on here. I'm going to get rid of this whole sub fender, and I'm going to put the little, I forget what it's called, the Enduro plate flip up. As I was just saying, I'm going to get rid of this whole sub fender. See, I've already taken some of the bolts out and putting this on. What this does, if you haven't been following my other videos, this whole thing flips up. So you won't break off your sub fender and all this ugly crap. And you put this here. This is brake light, running light, left signal, right signal, and license plate light, all in one little unit. Because I never could keep this tight. All the bolts in here would always come loose on me. So I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to put this little gem in there. If you haven't watched my video, go back in the previous ones, you'll see what that's for. But it goes right here in the shock mount. Ouch, got myself in a muffler. It pushes this away a little bit so it doesn't rub on the shock. Don't know if I'm going to get to my ECU today, but one step at a time. Season is still young. Now that this is all unbolted, what I have to do is I got to unplug these. Can't really tell because the sun's in the way. But there's these three wires here: brake light, tail light, signal light, and that other little silly brake light that nobody cares about. So I got to unplug all those and pull these wires out and then feed them back once I put the new tail assembly holder thing on. When you're unplugging these, you got to be careful. There's these little tabs. Where are they? I'm sure I can't find them now. Little tabs right there. You got to push in or pull them out depending on how they go. Yeah, there it is. You got to push that little tab right there in and then gently pull these, because if not, you're going to pull the wires out of the sockets. That's the same thing with this 3-point. I just figured out, because I'm no expert at this side panel has got to come off in order to get these wires out right here. So you got to pull this bolt out, and I haven't done this yet. It's one-handed, so don't laugh. Pull it down and then out, and the panel comes off. Okay, here's the panel, and the inside of the dirty panel, and there's all the wires right here that I gotta get out. That's attached to all the lights for the tail. Now that I've unplugged all my wires, you unhook them from this little thing here. I'm sorry the sun is in a bad spot today, but you can see under there's a little hook right there. Wires come out from there and just feed them out. Carefully pull them one at a time. Now, from what I've heard, if you have the aftermarket rear fender, you got to make this hole bigger because it's not big enough to get all the wires through it. But seeing how this is a stock fender, no problem. And this kind of pulls out, and here's the whole sub fender assembly and my license plate. But when I bought this, what I didn't realize is if you unbolt this one, and this one, it separates from here to here. This whole thing separates. So you don't have to buy this piece like I did. Like I did right here. I didn't know that. But at least I have two. If I ever want to go back to stock, it's an easy switch. You can see the difference. Get rid of my shadow. Well, two pieces. How much actually not going back on. Now I've gone ahead and fed the wires through, but you gotta make sure that this wire goes in the little cavity around the little corners, pinches in here nice, and follows this canal, so you don't pinch your wires up on underneath your fender. I've gone ahead and I've bolted everything together, bolted the subframe. Oh, never mind. Let's try this again. I've gone ahead and I bolted up my sub fender. All the bolts all nice and pretty. The wires actually from this light get fed through the channel here, come out here, they sit on this side of the subframe, in, then I plugged them back in. Now you have extra wire here. This is for that little small signal light or brake light that hangs at the bottom. I'm going to wrap some tape around that and waterproof that. But I'll show you what it looks like for now. Power. Oh, always a happy sound. Okay. Tail light. Brake light. Yeah, see if I can do this while I got one arm. There, that's what that looks like. Nice and tidy install. And what's nice is the plate goes here now. This flips up and it's rubber mounted. This hinge is actually rubber. It has thumb screws, but I don't trust those. I'm not one of those guys that hides my plate. If I'm gonna do something wrong, I just do it and pay the consequences. But regardless, I'm gonna put steel bolts through here because I don't need anyone stealing my plate. And the last step, to bolt the license plate in place. But being from Ontario, yeah, I don't care if you see my license plate, I had to re-drill these holes. Luckily, they give you a lot of room here for your extra nuts and bolts and thingies and whatnots. There, right there. So you still have lots of room to flip. They're really cool, twisty. And it's magnetic, there's big magnets under there, so it's not like it's gonna flip up on you. And that's my tidy tail install. Hope you enjoyed the show. Oh, got the install of the tidy tail all done, all finished and buttoned up all nicely. Looks a lot cleaner. This flips up. What I had to do is I had to re-drill these holes, but then the plate flipped up a little bit, so I used the stock ones that came with it. These little nylon bolts, just the little nylon nuts on the back. Works like it's supposed to. Looking clean. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little episode of Kadam's Garage doing an install. Be the first of many, I'm sure. Thanks for watching.